in the back.
First of all, give Dan Mullen, Mississippi State, a great deal of credit. It's a good football team. They came out and played hard. You kind of go back and review this, and you say, what exactly happened? Well, to me, we kind of misfired on offense at times, and defensively, probably a half a dozen times in poor position, and a couple of plays that Mississippi State makes on a scramble throw that is certainly the coverage that we had called. We certainly covered it, and again, it was an unbelievable play by the quarterback. And so, there's certainly going to be some, as we look and review film, some things that we need to change, some things that we need to make calls better, and communications happen more cleanly. First and foremost, I look at me. I got to be a better head coach and make this happen. I think our coaches will take it exactly the same way. I think we'll look at how we conducted business and what we need to do differently. And I think our players will too. This is a team that's got a great attitude, and I think they're still ambitious about this season. And I think we'll look at this film and improve, and I think it'll be miserable. I don't think there's anybody going to be smiling for a while. So, but that happens. We play a good team. If you don't execute when you have your chances, you finish second, and that's what we do today. So. Questions?
Yes, understanding that one player doesn't win or lose a game, how serious will your consideration be giving Raymond Harris a shot starting this week?
Well, he definitely gave a really strong performance when he came in, and I think you're still going to look at the overall body of work and the things that we can do with him. And but he certainly made a case today that we need to look at it a little bit more seriously. I think we are. If you look at the position he was in late in the game, he's coming. So we'll look at it.
Both sides of the line really got outplayed tonight. How do you account for that, and did you expect it?
Well, I don't know that it happens quite as cleanly as that. I think you'll have to look at some calls that were made defensively. I think you're going to have to look at some, really the film before you go back and you say, yeah, they were outplayed. I can tell you that we can expect better play than we got, but to say that, I'm not ready to say that. I may say that Monday. I may say that another time, but I'm not ready to say that now.
Coach Miles, talk about Dak Prescott, lethal through the ground and the air. It seemed like he was unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, he ad-libbed and ran their offense extremely well, and hats off to him. Very quality competitor, and played off the park today.
That was a solid defensive front. Your line faced, but it's safe to say they underperformed as well. Personnel issues arising there.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And again, I'm not ready to say that. Maybe the plans fall a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not necessarily just the players. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm saying. And I'm putting first of all the responsibility on me. So I know our guys, our team expects more from themselves, and that's first and foremost a great trait. And they're stunned. It's not something that they enjoy. And they go in that stadium and they play. And they play like they wanted to play today.
What happened on the goal line when y'all didn't get in?
I know the question over here is about flat. I don't know that flat is the term. I can tell you that they recognized that we were going to have great speed on the field, and so what they did is they misdirection and threw flat passes and blocked up on the block with bigger guys on our smaller guys on the perimeter. It was a nice little start to the game plan, and and move the ball down the field. Again, it spread our defense a little bit wider than we wanted to be, and they made some plays with the running game. It's interesting. There were so many big plays that you play a couple of those plays differently. The outcomes, it's unbelievably different. So that's what that's kind of why I'm resisting saying outplayed.
Well, some of these offensive linemen have been around here for a while and started. Hawkins, Vidal, Leal. What is different about this year, and why is it more of a struggle on that side?
Well, I don't know that again. I think you're predetermining, and I'm not ready to do that yet. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of go back to I'm gonna study the film. I felt the way this thereafter, but I'm not ready to say that was theirs. I can say that there was. I looked at a couple guys in there, and I knew that they played pretty well, and it did appear that there was some issue with line. But again, it'll be something I'll look closely tomorrow.
Understanding the youth on the field and on offense, but were you limiting yourself to play calling and maybe a little conservative with the run game early in this game?
Yeah, I think we're a team with four very good tailbacks and an offensive line. Generally speaking, we could count on them to pound a little bit, and I think that's a generally a nice start. If we hit a couple passes, there were probably 3 drops in the game. We hit a couple passes. I think there's differences that are obvious, and I think our quarterback certainly could play better. I don't think there's any question. So I think this coach can coach better. So.
Les, what happened on the goal line when y'all didn't get in from the 2?
Yeah, they changed to the front. And we had a nice call. All we had to do was pitch the ball on the back end there, and we felt like we were going to score. The 7-pointer was important because it was about a two-score game right there, and 3 is a little bit more insignificant, and with the idea that they'd have to drive 99 yards, certainly something that they're not going to do against our defense, which they turned and did. So I'd make that call again. Right now, I'd go get me 7, and 7. If you add 7 on that score, it'd be a much nicer day right now.
Let's understand decisions aren't made outside of the football building, but how much does Harris's performance either open up Pandora's box for what is to come this week, or is a positive for your team to say?
Well, his performance certainly in the limited pieces that we asked him to perform was very positive. We're not going to also downplay what were some really great throws and some ability to move his feet and do those things. That we see. We're going to make the collective, the overview decision, and there is some. He made a case for himself today. I mean, and we enjoyed the productivity that he gave us.
After recovering the fumble, was there any thought to, when we say put their first string defenders back in, was there any thought of putting Jennings back in?
No, he's a little bit nicked up and felt like we were going to go that way.
Coach, you get the scoop and score at the beginning of the third, the crowd's into the game and everything. Can you talk about turning the events right there?
I thought our defense was going to play extremely well. They got a nice long drive. Or was that when they had the quarterback scramble off to his left and hit that guy and then immediately scored?
Yep, he ran it in, I think.
Yeah. That was. The good news is that this football team is still going to fight, is still going to come back and play, and I was proud of the back end of that game. They should either give us just a couple more yards, a couple more seconds. I don't know that we wouldn't win that game, but that's just maybe a coach being very optimistic.
Quentin, Christian, updates on those guys?
I don't really know at this point. I would think that Lockett should be fine. I don't know about Quentin Thomas.
Same on?
No different.
Les, how concerned are you with the amount of missed tackles tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to have to see that. It's one of those things that, from the sideline, you don't necessarily see the other side in the middle of the field and some of those things. For me, I want us to get off the blocks. If we get off the blocks, I think there'll be plenty of tackles made.
Les, was Anthony out late because his baked up because of performance, and why not consider pulling him early when he struggled so much more in the game?
Well, I want you to know, the protection is something that makes every quarterback struggle. And when you got somebody running in your face, it's an issue. And so, for me to say that it would have been any different at that point, I'm not ready to say that. I kind of felt like we were making the right decision.